barking up a little extra firewood so we can sit around the stove. This is the first time that he and I has been out here in the woods in a while.
I think 3 years.
Going on, at least going on 3 years, yeah. So tonight, we're not getting a late start really, but we didn't get in no hurry either. So, pardon the camera wiggling around there. So we're not going to keep you. Not going to keep you a whole long time tonight, because we're not going to do much more than what you're seeing going on right now. That's what this evening is pretty much all about.
No news is good news.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We might imbibe in just a little bit of knot water here after a while. We'll bring you guys back for that. And I know you really like this shot that's going on here now, don't you? We're all kinds of in the dark. You can put your headlamp on, brother.
Yeah, we're good for now.
All right, we're going to fix something to eat. We'll come back for a little evening chat, maybe. I thought we'd turn the light on here, and about the time I turned the light on, figured out how to turn the light on, excuse me, the fire took off. So I'm going to shut the light back up. Well, folks, dinner was pretty good. Sit around, we had us just a little bit of sip of some hot water. Not that we were going to exclude you guys or anything, but we were getting a little head start. We're not going to have much of a fire, just a little bit to sit around and enjoy, because it's probably only 8 o'clock. And we're really not ready to go to bed just yet.
No, we got more talking to do.
You guys didn't get to see it. It came about off camera, but Brad did a flint and steel fire.
Oh, yeah. Yep. First one.
Yep. This fire this evening will be a BIC fire, I think. I'll get you a chunk or two of that fat wood. And
sit it in the middle.
I need to practice with it making feather sticks. I don't do a good feather stick. Yeah. We'll have one going here in a minute. We'll bring you back.
See, we had news this time.
Yeah. I think you're going to have to take the knife and scrape it up, maybe. We decided to, no, there she goes. Thank you, John, M.I. Woodsman. That's some of your birch bark. Birch beech. We'll get it right here in a minute or two. It probably wouldn't hurt to go ahead and feed that little piece in there. Yeah. Yeah, it catches this real nice and oily. Does quite a nice job. Yeah, looks like we got something going here now. I will put that little extra chunk you had left back in the baggie. We didn't spend any time really gathering up firewood because I had some of this is already cut, like I said earlier. Thank you, Joe. Probably going to do just a little bit different style camp. I'll show you what we got here there once again in the morning when we got a little light. You can kind of see mine back up there behind just typical hammock hang tonight. Wanted to be comfortable. And I think probably tomorrow night I'm going to be in a tent. Pretty nice little fire we got going there. That worked out well. Of course, we kind of had the thought that the stove wouldn't work for an outdoor fire pit like this because of the size. It's pretty small. But we were also discussing the fact that heating a small shelter, not a tent or a tarp setup, but small shelter of some sort, would be probably easy enough for that. I don't believe I need this headlamp anymore. But one thing I do want to do tonight that we haven't really done in a while, besides sit around the fire together.
Yeah.
If you guys are at a spot where you can, step out on the porch. have a little snort with us tonight. Not going to blow a whole lot because, yes, we're sitting right on top of the fire. I don't know, what is it, 40 degrees?
Yeah. Yeah.
In around the 40-degree mark somewhere. And it's not a night that we really need a huge fire, but it does feel nice to sit around.
Yep, just something to stare at.
Just something to stare at, absolutely. Nature's TV.
Yep.
So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I just went past the 1,000 subscriber mark last week. I do appreciate everybody viewing and all your comments and everything. Thank you very much. There again, if you didn't catch earlier, we're kind of in my backyard. You'll see a little bit more tomorrow. We're just up the hill a little ways from the pond, and we're going to dig around and let the fire go out again. If we're not careful here. Yeah, just small fire. You know, you guys all know that I like a small fire anyway. Brad's kind of the same way, but ladies and gentlemen, we're sitting here feeding 3-inch sticks of wood into a fire tonight. That's liking a small fire. Extra stuff that we normally don't have, such as homemade bread.
Homemade bread.
Thank you, Donna. We'll have some more of that tomorrow. I think we're going to kind of leave you right here tonight, folks. We're just going to sit around and gab for a while, maybe have another snort or two, and play with our little fire. Thanks for coming along today. We'll see you guys in the morning, and we'll have a little bit more of an adventure tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Well, good morning, everybody. It looks kind of overcast. That's because it is. And it is not really morning anymore. It is sometime after 12 o'clock. But we just been kind of kicking back, enjoying. Brad and I don't get together very often anymore, and it's a pleasure to go camping with him. You can kind of see what we done last night. We had a little rain, by the way, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
About 3, yeah, 3:30.
It rained for maybe an hour or so, on and off.
Very light.
Yeah, wasn't all that bad. But he stayed dry in his setup. I'll give you guys a little quick look under there before we get ready to take
All of
everything
my feet.
down. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
my feet.
Feet sticking out, got wet. That's okay. We're not far from the house, remember? Kind of out in my backyard. Same setup here for me, generally. Hammock, 10x10, chill gorilla. Done real well, no leaks. But we decided to do something just a little bit different. Since we don't have to travel very far for a different location, we're going to kind of tear everything down, pack it up, do a little repack, and then we're both going to do a tent camp tonight. Try that out. I was actually going to tent camp last night. Things got a little late, as you guys saw. You joined us in the dark as we were trying to get a little fire going here. We're going to go ahead and pull that off today. Let me give you a shot, give you a quick roundy here of what we got set up, and then we're going to take a little break, and we'll get back to you guys when we start setting up tent camp for tonight. How about that? All right, like I said, nothing fancy for me. Nice and warm all night. I had the Marymount in there with me, and I slung the underquilt down low, as you can probably see there. It's probably 10 inches below the hammock itself, just to promote a little airflow, because 50 degrees this morning at 6 o'clock, give or take. Yeah. My brother decided to kind of do a little survival issue here, just because he wanted to do some gear check. Like he made mention, there's no need in carrying it if you're not going to use it and you don't know how. So with the Eno there, had a nice little depression. Kind of strung up over it against the bank, and you can kind of see. I think it's an excellent little bivvy. He did not get wet, except for his bait.
Yeah, it was quick.
And it was up quick.
Yeah,
correct. Very, very nice. We heard a few critters last night. I'm not sure exactly. When we first got over here, we ran a deer off down the hill, but this has been our view for this camp. Nice little back shot of the pond there. And today we're going to go off in that direction down to the other end of the property over there and see if we can't find a nice little spot to pitch a couple of tents for tonight. Maybe rustle up a rock or two, and we got plenty of firewood laying everywhere. Like I said on the last video, I believe, I'll introduce you guys to the property here a little bit at a time, and a little bit at a time right now is getting everything down there and reset up. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit. Well, I told you guys a while ago we were going to set up camp somewhere else, and we're both going to do tent camps tonight. We kind of had a change of plan from over that way to over this way. So let me show you where we're set up. This spot here puts us on the back side of the dam, and we've just about got everything set up. You can see my river country there almost with the camouflage on it. I wanted to try that net out. And got Brad's North Face. 2 men. This is one of the first times he's really had a chance to get out and use it very well. Really good looking tent. And Donna came over to join us for a little bit. Brad got us a fire pit going there, and was just fixing to fire some up. So we're gonna break up a little bit of this wood and get a fire going. What do you think?
Heck yeah.
It's cooling off quick. And he came.
What are you lighting there, brother?
Trying to get a cotton swab, some Vaseline.
I found the cotton balls every once in a while kind of hard to get going.
Yep.
But generally the ones that are the hardest to get going will lay there and burn for 15 minutes.
Oh, that's nice because you can shape that however you want it. That little pad he used. Looks like you made a bird's nest.
Yeah, that's
kind of the goal.
kind of what it's called every once in a while.
I don't think that stuff's going to burn very well yet.
Oh, that smells so good.
Cedar. If you guys go back to my Show Us Your Steak video, you'll see the version that Brad made for me. This is the one that he made for himself. These little grate things are the side burners for a grill. They were free. That's always good. Piece that he just put together is the one you stab in the ground. And you made a change on yours from
that one. I think, do you have just a T-handle?
Yes. Yes.
So I just made the whole.
Okay. Yeah,
so
that'll
something
work.
like that.
Right.
And then one of those go over it so you don't
That's
look
good.
at you.
burn your fingers
Don't
out.
burn yourself out. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
man.
work. That'll
Yeah.
work.
So that's the goal anyway.
But that grill worked good. And there again, you don't have to have a whole lot of fire to use it.
No.
No, but it's all steel. So this one's kind of heavy. But I think if I was to make it out of aluminum,
Right.
it would be a lot more user friendly. So
There you go. I don't know whether I showed you guys that or not. I think I already had it set up.
and I think that's just an iPad case.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one you gave me. And there you go, folks. When you work with steel, you come up with things like that.
You can
I
get
remember
bored in
when-
the garage.
I remember
Yeah.
when you made 'em. Yeah.
Well, we're hearing all kinds of noises. I thought I heard a coyote kind of howl out there a few minutes ago, and I just heard something back over there. Where we set up here tonight, we're on a trail. We're on the back side of the pond, on the earthen dam, and it's a fairly level spot. We're set up. I'll show you again in the morning. Kind of saw a little shot earlier there. Today kind of came and went on us. We enjoyed sitting around just
More talking.
more talking than doing much of anything else, but we got some firewood. We're just kind of hanging out tonight. It's probably 7:30, 8 o'clock, maybe. I have no idea. Doesn't matter. The one thing that you guys may have noticed or may not have noticed is the corncob pipe. You guys don't know it, but 2 days after I posted my last video, I got a bad case of the flu. And this gentleman here, he got a little taste of it last week. So he's still on the recovery list, and I'm on the way up, luckily enough, feeling a whole lot better, or I wouldn't be able to hang out here. It's supposed to get down probably 50 degrees. It was 50 degrees first thing this morning, so we're looking at about the same stuff tonight, except we're both, well, you were on the ground last night.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
And I was nice and toasty, actually a little too toasty at times in the hammock. He's having a mountain house. We're going to do a little munching, sitting around. Come back for a little fireside chat here in just a little bit. I haven't really sat and actually talked to you folks in a while. And we've had such a relaxing day. Brad helped me. This is one of the spots I wanted to clear here for a camp. And it is that now. It's cleared good, just a little more pruning here and there. We'll have a place that we can actually wet a line right here at the pond. We'll see if there's anything in it. I have been told there is fish in it. Like I said, just a little bit at a time, I'll introduce you guys to the new place here. It was a rough summer for us. And it became going into a fairly rough winter. But we're at the point now we can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it is not a train this time. Luckily enough, I think we're on our way up. So hang tight with us here just a little bit. I'm going to finish off the dinner, and we'll have a little fireside chat tonight. What do you think? We have finally settled in for the evening. Got a really nice fire going. I'm going to break your stick out of the ground to poke it with.
What's there for?
Dinner was good. Everything cleaned up. Of course, you guys know that there's not a whole lot of cleanup with the mountain house stuff. The chili mac, excellent dinner, by the way, guys.
Awesome.
And girls. Yeah, Brad over here, he hadn't had any. I think we did along, 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
We might have had some mountain house, but yeah, it's been a while. And we're really enjoying this fire. I say it's supposed to only get down to 50 tonight, but it feels like it's almost cooler than that now. Yeah, I was glad brother got to come down here. He's come down to visit some family, his wife's family. Bring the youngin' down and do a little Christmas down here with him. 4 years old now. Go back and look at my video. Visitors at the hideout. No, overnight at the hideout with visitors. Overnight at the hideout with visitors. It's a real nasty camera shot, but I was doing what I had back then. But that was
the point was getting across.
Yeah. We did get the point across. Yep. I believe that was the boy's first dinner in the woods.
I think that was his first trip, period.
To the woods.
In the woods,
okay.
Yeah.
And if you watch the video, you can see that he enjoyed it. And now at 4 years old, if I get around him much, we're going to have him out here. We'll be teaching him how to use flint and steel and everything. So. But tonight, we're just kind of sitting around. Today was an excellent day just to kind of reminisce on some old camps and to pick out another spot here to set up to be able to come down to. Hopefully more often.
Yeah.
And I've told you guys several times about another piece of woods that may become a camp spot. And if things work out tomorrow, I'll be finishing this video up in that other set of woods. Just kind of a scout look around. It's approximately 12 acres, and it's all woods. So maybe I can find a camp spot on there. If the gentleman that owns it will go for it, so we'll see. Still in the future there. But we've kind of discussed and fussed and about all the camp stuff that when we first started camping to what it's turned into now. And if you guys don't know, this gentleman here spent a little bit of time in the Navy and then done some time in the Army, enough to know how to crawl around in the mud.
Yeah,
right?
Did plenty of that.
And all the gear that you had military style. A lot of you guys out there use the MSS systems, and they are great if you can afford and get the good one. You'll have year-round coverage, and if you want to, that's all you need to take is the 4-piece system. You don't need a tent. If you're a bivy kind of guy, you'll love it. But just the part of the overall effect, I've talked to you guys before about the Trapper Shack, and you've never seen it yet, but Brad and I were the ones that put it together.
A lot of trial and error.
There was a bunch of trial and error with that one, yeah.
Yeah.
But we finally got it down to where it could be assembled pretty easy with 2 people. By yourself, I've done it twice by myself, and I swore the last time I'll never do it again. It's just...
You need to be able to hold both ends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't be in 2 places at the same time, and you really need to be to set that up properly.
But if you can get somebody on each end, it'll set up pretty nice.
Yeah.
And it'll last. You can spend weeks in that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Put a stove jack in it, so we put the wood stove inside. Their trial and error was with the wood stove also, and learning not to put junk wood in the wood stove because you get junk fire and a lot of smoke. Once I got the hang of using hardwood, it made a lot of difference in the performance of the stove. The pipe doesn't crisode up so bad. Yeah. And I used the exhaust wrap on the last 2 sections of pipe that actually stick out in the cold, and that made a lot of difference by keeping the gas temperature up in the pipe. It burned the crisode off, basically. You wound up with it in the...
well, before that, it was a lot of scrubbing that junk out with pine branches. And, and that calmed down a lot after the heat type. So
that helps.
Yeah.
If you have one of those little stoves, it works wonders. But we've had some real good conversation today, and we're gonna have to break camp tomorrow. Not real early, no jump and run type thing, but break camp so that he can do some more family stuff. And hopefully, before too much longer, I'll be able to go up to his place, and we're waiting for a good snow. I want to do a good snow camp, whether it be in the hammock or in a tent. Either way, he's got a nice little spot by a creek that I think you guys will appreciate. And it's not too far from the house, kind of like we're not too far from my house now.
Yep, pretty similar.
So I want to get some more cold camps in. I didn't get that many in last year. Not like I wanted to anyway. But
and this was supposed to be a cold camp. It just turned out to not be cold. So
it's kind of hard to pull off a cold camp at 60 degrees, ain't it?
Yeah, and I brought a 0-degree bag for that.
Exactly. It was a little bit warm, but hey, can't have everything.
Yep.
Yeah, this spot here I think is going to work out really nice as far as a getaway.
It's a good spot.
Matter of fact, I think that's I've got the hideout camp, and we've had several camps. Yeah. One of my favorite was Sycamore Valley. You remember that one? When we set
Not
up
without you describing it.
at the end of 383.
Okay. Yes.
Where we went over into where that one big open field, but it was kind of close to the road, and then we went all the way back to the creek.
Yes.
I think that was actually the first place that we that we set up the Trapper Shack.
Yeah.
I think that was the first spot.
Took that Dodge Dakota back here.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just going to call this one Getaway.
Yeah.
I think this will be Camp Getaway for me. And for anybody else that would like to come down. You guys seen where I stayed last night. That's kind of up on the hill, some give or take 40 yards or so from here. And that's a good single camp, unless you do like you did last night and go to the ground with a tarp. This is not going to be a really good summer spot, I do not believe, because we're right here on the pond bank, and I believe the bugs are going to want to carry you off. Right now, I'm looking forward to doing more cool camps. I've really enjoyed that over the last couple of years, especially in the hammock. I've learned to stay warm hanging in the air. And I also have the gear to stay warm on the ground now too. So with all that in mind, I do like to get out in the cooler weather like a lot of you guys do. And you girls too. It's just a whole lot nicer when you're not swatting mosquitoes and you don't have to worry about, did I zip the tent up? You guys know the summer camps. So fall, winter, and into the spring, I'm looking forward, hopefully traveling a couple of times this coming spring, once again to his place. And I think we're going to do something in, was that the Hoosier National Forest? Or no?
Charles Dean.
Charles Dean.
Charles Dean.
We're gonna go up there and pull off a camp. If any of you guys have been there, let me know how it is. If you folks are where you can tonight, step out on the porch and have a little snort with us. This is pretty much the perfect ending to a year. Yeah. It hasn't been all that good. This is coming up quite nicely. And hopefully 2020, man, that's hard to believe when you were born in 57, huh? Wow. But hopefully 2020 will be a good camp year for us and a good year all around. I'm going to try to get this one. There's at least one YouTube meetup past him, and I want to try to get him to join me in one of those. I think he'd really enjoy the camaraderie that comes through the camp. And if you go to one of the YouTube meetups and you don't learn something, you didn't socialize with everybody, because there's always something to learn about this. Or you know what? Some of those old guys are pretty smart. You might want to listen to some of them. So if you're where you can, I'd appreciate you stepping out on the porch with me tonight if it's not too cold or snowy where you're at, and having a little snort. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there. Just really appreciate you being there.
Thank you.
Not bad.
That's good stuff.
Sure shot.
The fire and the not water.
Yeah, the fire is feeling good. We did not spend hours cutting firewood today, so we're not going to be till midnight or so with a fire, but we'll be a while yet. You guys stick around. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a nice little woods walk tomorrow, and we're going to have a good end of the year breakfast in the morning.
Yep.
Open fire style.
Yep.
So, thanks for coming along, everybody. Talk to you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. He has achieved smoke.
Yep, really well.
But you know, even after the rain last night, got up this morning and he kicked the last little piece of log in there. And we went to get some more supplies and bring back some dry wood. And you probably can't even see me now, and my eyes are watering. Boy, dude, get some flames coming out of that thing.
Yep.
Getting a good fire going here. When we came back, the little chunk he pitched in the pit there, even after the rain, was smoking up, wanting to catch on fire. There you go. I'll get rid of the smoke. So we've got some good breakfast planned up. We both had a really good night's sleep. Both of us stayed in a dry tent through the rain. Well, he got a little bit because I couldn't wake him up to close the rain fly.
I was sleeping good and didn't care.
Didn't matter, yeah.
Nope.
But we got a good breakfast planned here. We've just been kind of hanging out. It's 9 o'clock or so. The rain actually stopped about an hour or so ago. It was just sprinkling this morning. So we're going to get all the mess kit out, get set up, get us some breakfast cooking, and once again, just kind of hang out by the fire for a little bit.
Talk.
If you can keep the smoke out. We got some decent pieces of hardwood here to throw on. Of course, all this is carpenter. This is bits and pieces of 2x4, and I'm not sure where this came from, but it is pine also. So we get a good hot one going real quick, and then get us some hardwood on it. Stick around. I don't know about you folks, but that's not a bad view to wake up to.
We got it going on this morning.
Oh yeah, we're happening. You can see there, we're gonna have some bacon and eggs, and that's a little box of hash browns. I got some water on for the hash browns. Brad's got some water on. He's gonna fix up a
Biscuits and
gravy to go along with our bacon stuff. Just got to get a little more fire going there, and we're fixing to have at it. It looks like shrimp legs.
Shrimp legs that taste like bacon?
Yeah, something like that.
That'd be the best kind.
Okay, we got the taters going. Got them rehydrating on us. We got a little water for cleanup. Get the bacon on there, and we're eating breakfast.
Biscuits and gravy's going.
Oh yes. And since we're both hungry, and it's like 10 o'clock, I think we'll just go ahead and do what I like to refer to as scrambled bacon. Ain't no way it's all going to fit in there at one whack and all lay down, so this works out really good for me anyway. Well folks, the bacon part was pretty painless. Let's get it out. We got to fix the scrambled eggs, mix the hash browns in with them. I don't know if you guys like it like that, but I do. Let me put a napkin on that. Let's get some of the grease off. What a gorgeous morning, folks. Absolutely beautiful. It is probably on the verge, if not 60 degrees already. You guys can see I came out of the long john shirt pretty quick this morning. It's going to be plenty warm after we get through eating this bacon, I can tell you that. All right. Get some fresh raptor berries in there. Okay, a little bit of grease left over in the pan, nice and hot. Oh yeah. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Made the pan move. I don't know about you folks, but when the eggs start bubbling up like that, that's when I really like them. When you need to get rid of a little bit of fire, you just move your pan off the heat, don't you? Everybody cooks a little bit different. When my eggs get about half, give or take, a little bit more fire on them, we're going to add the hash browns. Hungry Jack, they're good, guys. And as Brad was mentioning a few minutes ago, there's 7 servings in this. And if you think you're going to eat it all by yourself, you're not.
You're sadly mistaken.
You're mistaken. So put those in, and I got them just about right this morning. Last time I got them just a little soggy, but they ate anyway, don't you know? Yes, sir. We'd be good to go. As you can see, folks, I went ahead and crumbled up the bacon in this. The taters are getting just a little brown tinge to them. That's about all they're going to do. Don't expect these to brown up like your fresh peel spuds at the house. And now we're going to take this off, and you can see we have dueling grills this morning. Brad's going to make one out of aluminum. These are steel. They're a little bit more than a backpacker would really want to carry.
Yeah.
But we're making an extra special this morning because we're starved. Some of you guys will probably appreciate that. We're going to take the biscuits and gravy with a little bit of sausage patty crumbles in it. We're going to pour it right on top of there, mix it all together, and we're having breakfast, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, this is brunch. I guess you could. We're brunching in the woods at the new campsite. Getaway. If that ain't a breakfast, I don't know what to call it, man. That's a lot of calories, probably way too many carbs, but we don't oversalt, we don't overstimulate it with anything but the flavors we've got going right there. Taters, biscuit, eggs, bacon, and this morning, the sausage crumbles.
Yep.
All right, you guys go away for a minute. We're going to eat.
Stuff our face. It's not going to be pretty.
No, not aiming for it to be.
It could have been quiet while I stuffed my face.
Yeah, it brings the noise level down, doesn't it? Man, that's good. That's good stuff. Well, most of you guys know what happened after you eat a breakfast like we did, right?
You talk.
Yeah, you sit around for a while and enjoy the morning. It's a little bit overcast again, and it's probably going to rain tonight, and we're supposed to have thunderstorms tomorrow night. But Fred's got to head out, take care of some family stuff. We were going to make a trip over to the new section of woods, but we're really not going to have time because we dickered around here so much. But we're all cleaned up, fire pit's covered, and actually the place is ready for another camp. So that's excellent.
Even got some firewood.
Even got some firewood, okay, yeah. So I'll be taking a walk over to that other piece of woods here before too much longer. I'll do you a short one on that because I think that's going to be my first true stealth camp. Hopefully before too much longer, I'll be headed up his way when some snow gets on the ground, and we'll do a nice snow camp up there for a couple, 3, 4 days, who knows? As long as the mood strikes. If he had 2 more days, we would probably be, well, here for another night at least.
Oh yeah, easy.
And then pack up, and maybe both of us do hammocks. I'm going to talk him into a hammock for a moment. I'll get him. I got him on the right track now anyway. So we had a really good time. Really appreciate you guys joining us this time. Couldn't ask for a better weekend. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Love to have this one down some more. I'm going to go up his way, maybe a couple of times before summer.
Yeah, summer gets busy.
Yeah, summertime's going to be a busy time for him, and we'll go into that a little bit more on the next camp. I don't think he'll be into the summer mode just yet, but we'll let you in a little bit more on this one's background by then anyway. Thanks again, everybody. Till next time, just waiting for the next big adventure.